Hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Well, today I got in these Champion 6 levers. One has a key, a couple of rusty keys that I'll take care of. And this one, thing I noticed on this was, look at somebody used a screwdriver to pry this open. Probably whoever made the key or something like that, but that's a bad way of doing it. I haven't touched this, so it wasn't me. But the other thing that surprised me is this is a Yale Super Pin Tumbler. It says it on the top. These things are usually pretty damn tricky to open. All I did, now we're going to try to get into this thing later on, and I opened this thing up in less than a minute. I'm not kidding you, so hopefully that was just a fluke, and this thing's set up better than that, but I just went back there and worked on pin 5. It's not going to do it on camera, but I had this thing open pretty damn quick, and I wasn't using anything special. One of those low value Peterson gems for like $3 and stuff. Maybe it was a fluke. Anyway, thought I'd close it up and try to get it again. But, oh, there we go. I kind of zipped it at last. So yeah, it opened up much faster the first time. Anyways, it looks like I can get into this guy because, non-destructibly, anytime you see, like rivets or pins there, look for the ones that are indented already. The ones that are sticking out, that's the way you're going to drive them. The ones that are indented, go that way. If you try to go this way, you're going to have to take off the rounded heads and the metal and everything else. Basically, it's the wrong way to do it. So, what I'm going to try to do now is get inside this thing. Also, this, I don't think this is the original finish on this guy. I think somebody has really polished the crap out of it, which is all right. But I wish they would have left the original patina on this lock, because I don't think they came this way. I don't think they came that shiny, but I might be wrong. Anyways, let me pause this and see if I can drift out some pins. So, as usual, sometimes things go easy for one thing and very difficult on the other. On this first pin, it drifted out no problem. But the second pin proved to be stubborn. I bent 2 improvised Allen wrenches in half. The method that finally worked was I had a little piece of this sticking out on the other side. I grabbed it, even though this was brass. I said, man, if steel can't drift it through, how is pulling going to help any? But you tighten the crap out of this, and you get a purchase on it, and you just wiggle back and start pulling, and slowly you'll make progress. As you make progress, you release your grips, and you go further up on it a little further, and eventually, I'm trying to release it right now. You really go crazy with the pressure on this too. You don't want to just do a light crimp on it. You see how much I was making it bite down? Anyways, the 2 pins are out now. We've got past that issue, and now it's just going to come apart really easily. Oh, there's usually some mechanism up here that holds the shackle. There it is, the little drift pin. We see him right here. Just going to pull him out or punch him out. I'm going to punch you out. But yeah, I tried the pliers and they weren't working. I may have to use them again for this guy right here. See how he's sticking out one way? We want to try to go that way if all possible. There's a bit of rust here making kind of a weld. This is another area where you could use like a nail as an improvised drift punch, but there we go. Pliers will work. Alright, now our shackle should come off. Yes, there we go. Alright. And we know what we're dealing with from before. Oh, look at this. Whoa. That is very interesting. That's your core retainer. Here's your locking mechanism up here. See, those guys could use a little bit of oil. It's good to take these things apart if you can without destroying the model number 840 right there. Very cool. This thing, wow, that's amazing. It's like a rotation limiter. It is a rotation limiter. That's exactly what it is, but it's an adjustable rotation limiter and probably core retainer. We'll have to pick this guy open again to look at the pins, but yeah, these are cool locks. I really like them. All I was going to say is, when I turn on the news, all I hear is about this damn virus, which I understand, you know, everybody's worried about and everything, but I want this to be like a haven for that. Not that I'm sticking my head in the ground like an ostrich or anything. It's just that we get enough of that, you know. And here it's just me against the locks, or me investigating old locks. And my crazy cats, I'm trying to keep them from talking about that too, because like I said, we're gonna get enough of that already, you know. Even if it is a big crisis. There you go. We'll got that guy turned open now. Since this is retracted, I'll pull this spring out here. You can see how the pawls mechanisms work. I was retracting that because I think, I'm trying to see, I think I'm going to have to remove this to get the core out. Yep, I sure will. And then, how do I deal with this? I don't want to disassemble this mechanism, but how are you going to get a follower in there otherwise? Oops, I let it fall back. I closed it. Spring return. Damn, I'm going to wind up picking this lock like 5 or 6 times. We'll get pretty good at it. I think it's got standard pins. Ooh, zip that puppy over. Why did he do that the first time? Duh, I don't know. That tells me there's probably just standard pins in here. Let me know if you want to get further into this, because I will do it. Stay there. All right, we'll put this weight on here to keep it open. There you go. You're not going anywhere now, are you, 840? All right, I got to keep him picked open. If not, we know how to zip him. Keep him picked open long enough to unscrew this. And then we'll see what else is involved. I don't really see. Get off there, you magnetized little screw. Specialized plate here. Put him over there. Stay there. Stay together, you two. What? Will it come forward? Whoa! Ping! That answers your question. It disassembled itself. I don't know where that guy shot off. Luckily it wasn't the other one. Right, there's your answer, mate. Yes, it will disassemble. Alright, stay right there. I've got to get a follower. A follower. You thought I was going to forget. You thought I was going to come back with the follower and then forget about the tweezers. And then also forget about the pinning tray. Oh, and then also forget, I might need a shim too. Ha! Way ahead of you, mate. Let me drink some of this dark liquid here we got. What could that be? Cup of tea, mate. That's what that is, a cup of tea. Alright. Now let's get over here and try this without making a further mess of ourselves. This guy looks like about the right dimension. Yes. Yes. Ooh, should we do it unshimmed? I'm trying to figure out where okay, the Bible should be up here. Yes, shim it. Shim it, damn it. I tell you, you should shim it. You should. Shim it. Why is it not going any further? Should go further than that. That's strange. We've already got something strange going on here. Halfway to like right up to here, the shim stops. So we'll see. Maybe, perhaps we won't need this. Perhaps there will not be a necessity of a shimmage. Oh, I think this guy's too big. Or I've done something. I've damaged it. I've screwed up the process somehow. It was coming out. I was pushing it with my finger. What the bloody hell's going on here? There you go. I don't know why it's not working with a follower. I don't think we need tension wrench anymore, mate. Okay, yes, I know. Stop mucking about. Sorry. There we go, we're getting somewhere. Bingo. Well, we got 5 pins, and it's a 6-pin possible. And they look like they're all standard from here, because they're all very deep, so they all had to be set. I don't know if you can see that. See that? You can also tell the wear on this lock. It has been used, but it looks like mostly surface wear. Ooh, look at the little individual little actuator guy. My recommendation would be for me to leave this alone right here and leave it in place, which I shall. Listen to myself for once. All right, I'll get that pin 1. Come on, mate. Stop mucking about. Well, I need a pick. Where's my pick? There we go. We'll get him out. Coming off. Pin 1. I think that just the way this thing acts, that there's all standard pins in this thing, especially in the driver. What was that? Look at that. Look, all wafer. This thing's been master. Yep, there's another one in there. It's master keyed. We have a master keyed Super Pin Tumbler. That might explain the reason why master keyed locks. You'll see right here you have 2 possible shear lines. There's one. There's the master key one. And then here's the other pin down here. So you got 2 chances of catching a shear line. Yeah. This guy, pin number 3, did not have a master wafer in him. Get out of slot 4. No one said that you could be over there. What, pin 4? Master wafer. Little thin one. I think they did look when he was upside down. Look at that taper. Looks like a key pin that was. No, it's been tapered. That's strange. That's an unusual pin there. 5 looks like he's got a master wafer also. They might have just used this as a lazy way of doing bidding. I mean, you know, like uneven pin stack. No, 5 is standard there. Come out of there, 5. Yes. Right. This guy moves around a lot. Alright, we'll set him over there. We'll straighten everybody up, and then we'll go for the drivers. What's an unusual pin there? This guy's tapered on the top, too. They're different. Some of the drivers, the top is flat, and some are tapered. Pin 3 has a bevel on it. Almost a Lockwood-like bevel. This one's got a really, like, T-pin type of thing. It's like something that you would make. I'll get a zoom up on these later. I'm just fascinated by it. No underscoring. And I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them to do that, but no. No threading or underscoring or milling or anything. All right, now, where are we? Here's our Bible. Pull this guy back. Let's see if we can find out what pin 1 is. See, are we in focus over here? Yes, we're sort of in focus. All right, here we come. I see him. Fairly mild spring on there, even though it sticks up a bit. Couple spring, standard, completely flat driver, it looks like. I think those we're going to find in all these. Yep. The springs work. They're just like not real strong. But This guy's probably pretty old. Oops. That one is a very small driver. Very small. Maybe there's more in there. Sorry, I'm trying to... Nope, there's a spring, and that's it. Unusual, very unusual. I was hoping for like a mushroom pin or something strange. Oh, we got our shim in the way. I thought, man, we got some really alien technology going on now. I see some evidence of like rust and corrosion in here, even on these pins, even though they're brass. Long driver, like copper spring, and the last one, but in no way least, pin number 5. We fully appreciate you, all the service you've done throughout the years, and I want you to get proper recognition as being driver number 5. And you too, Spring, your unsung heroes. There you go. There we go. Yeah, kind of a half core type of thing because of that core limiting thing, but it worked. There we go. Let me put this little guy on here. He's the little thing, and the guy, and this little pin, and this little pin, and this little pin, and this little thing. And there we go. There we go. There's all the pieces. I'm going to pull you off the wiggly thing so we can zoom in here and focus for once. Focus. Damn you, focus. All right, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on this. Look at the... Let me get a pointer. Sorry, I'll try not to wiggle too much. Standard rounded thing with a regular thing right here. Standard with a wafer, another wafer, tapered. He's tapered. It's kind of hard to see him, but he's tapered. With a little tiny driver, standard driver. T-pinned. Look at that bevel on that guy. Tiny little wafer on top. Standard, but extra long, but nothing on it. So, there you go. That's a Super Pin Tumbler. There's all your little gadgets. The core rotation limiter. And the core itself. Could be pinned for 6. Let's see if the Bible has a capacity for 6 pins. Does it indeed? Yes, it indeed does. There was no spring in there, but they easily made this thing a 6-pinner. And chose not to. Why? Why, ask why. We got all shiny little Super Pin Tumbler lubricate with graphite. Got a shackle, hardened, in pretty good shape. If this thing would just been brushed up after being really crappy and everything, you'd see this plating gone. Most of this plating would be gone. See how it's up here, starting to lose it? You'd see a lot more of that. So, it was a relatively new one, but I think somebody touched this up. There you go. I hope you enjoyed the 840 voyage. Thank you for watching, and now I gotta try to put this thing back together.